Welcome to the Writer's Wrap-Up, entering the wonderful world of words. If you are thinking about a career as a writer in one of the many writing fields, what you'll have to do is, number one, write what you know. And here's the golden note. Remember in the story, young Semaj, she ended up a winner because after years of preparation, she had a path of preparation. She was able to actually teach the lesson, the raspberry lesson, which was the sucker and which was the vine. She was learning, but I bet she also could write it too, because if you know it, you can write it. Writers write what they know. If they do not know, they do what? Research. You learned that earlier. Research could be in the form of interviewing or watching videos or on the subject, or it could be, of course, reading, and you know what we said before, overall observing. So, write what you know. And what do you know? What do you know? What can you write about? What can you write about right now? What would you like to learn about, to write about in the future? The second thing I want you to know in this writer's wrap-up is writing is a skill. It is a craft. And my golden note, practice, 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 practice. Writers write. Say it with me. Writers write. Make a writing plan today. Okay, my questions for you. How often do you write? Where do you write? And what do you mostly write about? If you do not have answers to the above question, that's fine. That's fine. Now is the time to establish a point on your path of preparation. You can now determine how much and where you will write. If you want to be a great gymnast, you must practice. You must go to the gym almost every day and work hard at flipping and balancing on the beam. Great writers work hard. They write almost every day, practicing their craft. Writers build their vocabulary, just like in the story. They identify new words, then incorporate those words into their work. Good writers know how to change a sentence and say the same thing in different ways. For example, check out these sentences. I have 3 different sentences, and they're almost all saying the same thing. 1, I am going to the store. That's pretty straightforward, right? I am going to the store. That's how we generally talk. But when you're a writer, you change how you generally talk, and sometimes you give it a little pizzazz. Listen to this next one. Visiting the market at noon is my pleasure. Visiting the market at noon is my pleasure. And the last sentence, transported to the mall, I will shop. Now all of those still mean I am going to the store. Isn't that great? When you're a writer, you have power. You make words sing. Writing is really a magical experience. We're still on our wrap-up, and this is very, very important. Internships, mentorships, and workshops. You may need a mentor. You may want an internship. This is the golden point. Writers, even best-selling writers, continuously hone their skill, take writing classes, read other writers, experiment with different styles of writing. Writers, you know what they do? They rewrite. That's right, again and again and again. Question: who is your favorite writer? Another question: are your friends writers? And C, do you have a mentor? Someone who is a professional writer who can critique your work, encourage you, and offer great suggestions. Now, you must learn to rewrite, to edit out, even if the writing is good. But if the writing doesn't serve the focus or the subject matter, just save it for later. Keep it for another day. You'll be able to use it in the future. What I want you to do is depersonalize critique. If someone does not like your writing, it has nothing at all to do with your value as a human being. Do not allow your feelings to get hurt by the writing process. Also, understand rejection. It's an opportunity for success somewhere else. In the wrap up, this is most important. As you continue to become more of an advanced writer and you've decided this is what you want to do, there is something called the business of writing. It is a business. It is an industry, and this is what you should know. You should know about publishing, you should know about payment, you should know about awards, and your copyrights. Let me talk to you about publishing. When you are self-publishing your work, it says you really believe in your work, and that's great. However, when a publishing company or a newspaper or a magazine publishes you, or online newspaper magazine, and they publish your work, it says others in the field of writing, in the wonderful world of words, in the industry, they also value your work and are willing to invest in it. Before mainstream or white publishing companies would publish African American writers, and African American writers and businesses came together. They were self-determined, and they developed their own companies, such as the case of historic Broadside Lotus Press, the longest-running publishers of African American poetry, founded in 1965 by Dudley Randall in Detroit, Michigan. So you can publish your own work, but it's always great and better to have other people publish you. Begin having your work published in your church, newsletter, or school paper. And if you don't have a paper or a newsletter, be like Mr. Dudley Randall and start your own. It's an opportunity. But always avoid vanity press. A vanity press, publications where you pay to have your work published. This is a no for a professional writer. This is the opposite of how the business of writing works. In the legitimate writing industry, an organization or a company pays you, the writer, not the other way around. You don't pay people to publish your work. They pay you to have your work published. Copyrights. A registered copyright with the U.S. Copyright Office helps to protect your work against theft. Even with a copyright, people can unfortunately still steal your work, but may not profit without your permission if you are protected under copyright laws. You might have to just take them to court. Awards. Often pay, what are awards? Awards often pay a reward in the form of money, and awards help to build your writing resume. Awards help to open opportunities into the wonderful world of words. Submit your work into writing contests, but read the fine print. You see, that's important. You should always retain your copyrights. In fact, first copyright the work before you submit into a contest.